paper, get the directions of the governor and go home. So that is what, because you are principal assistant, the Speaker, the standing orders does not allow point of order during the seconding of a motion. It doesn't allow, unless...
Gloria, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, is it in order for the Honorable Senator Cherargei, in this upper house that protects devolution, to allude that deputy governors have got no work and should therefore just come to office to read newspapers if they want to survive their terms? Is it in order, Mr. Speaker? Because this is the upper house in charge of devolution in its entirety, including the deputy governor's roles in devolution.
Senator Cherargei, you can proceed.
Mr. Speaker, you know, the former governor of Uasin Gishu and the current senator used to have a deputy governor, and I hope when you will be contributing, Senator Gloria, by your direction, should be present in the house so that he can know that the deputy governor should remain a deputy governor. You are just a principal assistant. So what I'm saying is a statement of fact. Unless the governor gives you to be a CCM in charge of roads or in charge of anything, I'm just stating a fact. And if you are a deputy governor, and I want to dare friends of Senator Oroba, if he has a friend who is a deputy governor, there is no in the law that has provided for responsibilities and functions of a deputy governor as being read in Article 180 in election of a deputy governor and governor. They are not responsible. They should just remain as principal assistant. Unless, and my advice is, there was a proposal, Mr. Speaker, that we intervene, and it is unanswered, that we should give responsibility to deputy governors, which we did, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cherargei, would you like to be informed by Senator Methu?
Mr. Speaker, since he has not knew and deaf for some time, he might have grown wise after having this deaf.
Maybe to enrich the thinking of my senior brother, Senator Cherargei, the architecture of our constitution as it is now, yes, a deputy governor is a spare wheel that will only be useful when the main wheel of the car is not functional. There is no function that has been adduced to the office of the deputy governor now. Correct. So our deputy governor is just a principal assistant. Nothing more, nothing less.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I think Senator Metu, Mr. Speaker, has grown wise after growing beard, but I want to say one of these fine days, Mr. Speaker, especially on Thursdays, we should do an arambe, so that we can come up on pay bill on how we can raise for him to get shaved by a barber. You know, the way it has grown long, it needs to be shaved, Mr. Speaker. And I thank you for that information. I think that is what we are just saying, Mr. Speaker, that the deputy governor should remain a deputy governor. Finally, Mr. Speaker, so that I allow colleagues to say on this, is, as they say, if Itukwa ground is different. As I talk to you, the governor of Trans Nzoia, Governor George Natembeya, and Deputy Governor Mary Kapkori Philomena Kapkori don't see eye to eye. So things have gone back to default settings again. Mr. Speaker, you know why? Because the current governor of Trans Nzoia, Governor George Natembeya, this is a side effect of his tribal undertones. If you see most of his videos, he is creating tribal rift in Trans Nzoia. Yet Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker, is a cosmopolitan county. And this is the undertones of, Mr. Speaker, of tribalism that the governor is perpetuating in Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to challenge the devolution committee that you need also to ensure that the governor of Trans Nzoia is held to accountable in some of the issues that he's saying in public. And I think, Mr. Speaker, the colleague leaders who are female should come out strongly, because this is another form of femicide. This is another form of femicide, Mr. Speaker. Because if you find a governor is undermining a lady or a woman who is a deputy governor, that governor is promoting femicide in our country. And therefore, the little I have seen governors who are deputy governors as women, they have enjoyed cordial working relationship, Mr. Speaker. But when you get a governor like George Natembeya undermining the operation of his deputy governor, Dr. Philomena Kapkori, is also a form of femicide. It is also a form of women harassment. And it is endangering. And I hope the senator, the Senator Oroba is listening to this. It's endangering women leadership. It's promoting femicide against women. Because if we are undermining, and any man who undermines a woman is not a man. Let me say this with a lot of tremendous respect. No, it's not a womanizer, I think. I think Senator... I don't know whether Senator of West Pokot, that's not a womanizer. A womanizer has a different thing, has a different meaning. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you cannot define it that way, Mr. Speaker. I think that's the harsh way of defining. Mr. Speaker, any man who undermines a lady or a woman is not a womanizer, is a threat to womanhood. Mr. Speaker, because this country, we are trying to encourage women leadership. And Mr. Speaker, you saw that there were 2 women leaders from your county, Mr. Speaker, and I wish to have your attention, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and therefore the governor of Natembeya must be called out. And I want to advise Governor Natembeya for free. You know, his work is to ensure there is proper development in Trans Nzoia. As we talk today, I led a delegation of ICT and we visited Trans Nzoia late last year. The collection of revenue in Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker, is very pathetic and poor, where money is getting into the individual pockets, Mr. Speaker. The roads are very pathetic in Trans Nzoia. The public service in Trans Nzoia has been weaponized and tribalized for political expediency by the governor, Mr. Speaker. I have seen even he's fighting the women representative by the name Lillian Sioi, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and therefore, the governor should accommodate women leadership. The only thing he can do, we are not saying Governor Natembeya should babysit his deputy. We are saying allow the office of the deputy governor to operate optimally, Mr. Speaker. And we should encourage women leadership. And I want to ask women also in leadership, they should be responsible. I saw 2 women leaders from your county, Mr. Speaker, and I hope you'll find time during this weekend to host them for a cup of tea and guide them. Mheshimiwa Umira and Mheshimiwa Senator Fala Deko. I know the Speaker of the National Assembly has meted out serious punishment against them. But we want to ask women leaders also in position of power to be responsible, to be respectful, to ensure that they carry themselves with dignity. So, Speaker, we want to ask to be responsible. Is there anything out of order to ask people to be responsible?
No, I don't think so, but let's hear what she has to say. What's your point of order, Senator Gloria?
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate what Cherargei is trying to do here. But Mr. Speaker, Senator Cherargei is out of order because he's actually casting aspersions. He's alluding to the fact that some of the women legislators and women leaders are actually out of order, disrespectful and all that. Standing order number, not 105, 105 is statement of facts. The standing order, nowadays I know the standing orders. The standing order of casting aspersion on a fellow senator or leader, Mr. Speaker, that is the one I'm standing on. And Mr. Speaker, I want to advise Senator Cherargei, as he executes his point, although I find it very suspicious that he's trying to discuss 2 legislators who don't even belong in this house, and without their presence, we might not even know what transpired. We are all waiting to hear through the Powers and Privilege Committee, Mr. Speaker, which I have had experience with. So, Mr. Speaker, I would really want Senator Cherargei to tread carefully and, if possible, just avoid going that direction, because unless he is sitting in that Powers and Privilege and he has facts, Mr. Speaker, we are all still waiting to see that report so that we can know what transpired. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, under principles of evidence, Mr. Speaker, under principles of evidence and law of evidence, there is what we call judicial notice by public. What the Speaker of National Assembly pronounces in the public domain, that Senator Falhada, as the access to Parliament has been denied for 90 days. There is judicial, and I am asking women to be women in leadership, to be responsible, to be respectful. Even men and young men like Senator Eddie should also act responsibly and respectfully, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, women must be responsible and respectful. And I hope, Mr. Speaker, when during the weekend, you should invite the two Weshimiwas to your house and ensure there are elders from Garissa to sit them down and teach these women how to lead with a lot of respect. Mr. Speaker, finally, as I finish to second, Mr. Speaker, can Senator, I be protected from harassment?
No, Senator Gloria, you already stood on a point of order.
Mr. Speaker,
you cannot speak on the same matter twice.
Can I be protected from harassment?
But you've already spoken on your point of order. And we have listened to you. So let Senator Cherargei conclude.
And I have agreed to her advice. And that is why I'm saying all leaders, including women, should be responsible, including Senator Eddie, who is a young man, including presidential candidates, Senator Okia Mutata, should act responsibly. That's what I'm just saying. And as our norms and culture, I'm requesting you as the Speaker of this House to convene the meeting with two Weshimiwas and elders from Garissa to ensure that matter is resolved amicably. And that is the leadership we want. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the issue of Governor Natembeya must be dealt with precisely. Governor Natembeya should tread carefully. We know Mount Yelgon, Mr. Speaker. There has been conflict. We cannot allow Governor Natembeya, and I want to challenge NCIC to look into the inflammatory statements of incitement that the governor is making. I know he wants to score points by attacking the president. And I can assure you before the end of this year, from the way he's operating with arrogance and promoting tribalism in Trans Nzoia, he will be impeached. And we shall come and confirm that he's impeached like the former Governor Kawira. And you know he's operating like the same Governor Kawira, ensured the promoted strife and disorder in Meru. And that is what sent her home. I can see Governor Natembeya is using the same strategy of bringing strife and division within Trans Nzoia. Some of us have relatives in Trans Nzoia. Trans Nzoia is a cosmopolitan county. He should only stick to matters of county. He should stop playing national politics, Mr. Speaker, where they need for, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I want to ask Intergovernmental Technical Committee to assist this Deputy Governor, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that Deputy Governor has access. These are women leaders that should be respected, Mr. Speaker. If you want to lead this country, if you are leading a county and you are undermining a woman, Mr. Speaker, and then you go and give them 2 kilos of maize seeds with a lot of discrimination, issuing fertilizers, Mr. Speaker, I'm told he's even issuing fertilizers based on tribe, fertilizers and seeds that are being given in Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, as I finish in seconding this motion, I want to say and congratulate the committee for the job well done. I hope, Mr. Speaker, the Intergovernmental Relations, the Devolution Committee will continue giving view of this matter. The House should give view on this matter. Let us also ensure the Deputy Governor of Siaya also has unlimited access to his office and he functions. Let us ensure the Deputy Governor in Trans Nzoia issues. Deputy Governor Monda was impeached, Mr. Speaker. So with us, a lot of comments, Mr. Speaker. And I want to say finally, Mr. Speaker, this country is a very critical country. We should protect our children as per Article 53, Mr. Speaker. What we saw in Nakuru is that, Mr. Speaker, I want to advise the country. You know, Article 53 says we should not exploit our children. And it is unfortunate that some politicians, Mr. Speaker, are using our children to perpetuate political contests, Mr. Speaker. What we are seeing in Echoes of War, directed by former Senator of Kakamega, is just using our children to do political contests, Mr. Speaker. If you look at circular number 14 of 2018, the TSC directed that, and teacher Mwalimu Wakoli, Senator, is here, that somebody who is not a teacher should not be allowed to access to the school. The leadership and management of Butere girls must be called to order. The TSC must be called to, how can you allow a stranger to enter into school to train children without being a TSC, Mr. Speaker? I am challenging, it's very unfortunate and unconstitutional, Mr. Speaker. We should be ensured that even as we allow play, Mr. Speaker, for us who went to good schools at Kapsabet Boys, we should use, Mr. Speaker, to further cohesiveness, stability in our schools. With those many remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to second.
Honourable Senators, I propose the question that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on its inquiry into the allegations on personal security concerns raised by Honourable Philomena Kapkori, Deputy Governor, Trans Nzoia County, laid on the table of the Senate on Tuesday, 1st October 2024. Honourable Senators, we'll now open for contribution. Gloria? Yes, Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity and for not allowing Senator Eddie Okech to direct you on who should speak, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to add my voice on this and on matters that touch on devolution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, there's been a lot of things that have been going on in our counties. And to be honest, sometimes I see senators coming here trying to highlight us and, you know, inform the public of all the monkey business that is going down in some of the counties, Mr. Speaker. And sometimes as senators, just because we don't come from Isiolo, or we don't come from Nyamira County, or we don't come from Meru County, or whichever county that has been having all these issues, Mr. Speaker, sometimes you see that some of the senators, they feel as though it is not a matter that concerns them, Mr. Speaker. But Mr. Speaker, as I have said before in this House, today it might be Nyamira County, but tomorrow it might be that county that you are representing here, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have been listening to the Chair of Devolution as he gave this report, Mr. Speaker, and I've also been listening to the Chair of Devolution as he tried to inform the House on matters Nyamira, Mr. Speaker. And I really wanted to throw in my words in terms of a point of information, Mr. Speaker. You know, I come from Kisii County. We are neighbors with Nyamira County. And in fact, we always joke that Nyamira County, when they grow up, they will become Kisii County, Mr. Speaker. So we are following closely what is happening there. And Mr. Speaker, I'm always of the opinion that if there is one committee that should be resourced and that should be supported 150% by this House, Mr. Speaker, it is the Devolution Committee. Because before we have all these disputes of whether it is a speaker who's being impeached, a deputy governor being kicked out, or a governor being impeached, Mr. Speaker, I always ask, what has the Devolution Committee done? When we were hearing rumors of all sorts of things happening in Nyamira, because there is a lot of craziness down there, Mr. Speaker, I always ask, where's the Devolution Committee in this? Are they still sitting in Bunge Towers conducting meetings? Or have they decided, let us go down to Nyamira County and try to understand really, if there are two sections of the county assembly, how did that even happen, Mr. Speaker? To sit here and be informed that there is a clerk of a county assembly that has put out a gazette notice, and this gazette notice is now contradicting whatever it is that we are, you know, defending here as devolution, Mr. Speaker. I have been on record talking about rogue agents in the county assemblies, in both houses, also in the National Assembly and in the Senate, Mr. Speaker. And it is just now creeping into the county assemblies, where now you have people who feel that they have more control over the stipulated procedures of the county assembly, Mr. Speaker. For me, I think, as much as the chair of the Devolution Committee has come here to give us the report and to inform us on what is happening, Mr. Speaker, I think this committee should actually be giving us monthly updates on what's going on in these county assemblies, Mr. Speaker. I have heard Senator Dulo repeatedly bring statements after statements on how their governor is unavailable. Nobody knows where the governor of Isiolo is, Mr. Speaker. And this governor has been summoned in different committees, has never appeared. And I always ask myself, we have a devolution committee. How can this devolution committee be empowered further so that some of the problems we are seeing in the county assembly can actually be dealt with by the devolution committee, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, as my chair of Labour stood to try and give some information to the chair of the devolution committee, today I learned something very important when we were executing a petition in the Labour committee. One of the senior legal counsels who was entangled in that petition was trying to argue that we cannot dispense a matter in the committee that is active in court, Mr. Speaker. I learned that under Standing Order 98 of the Senate rules, in fact, if the matter touches on human rights and the public interest, that you can actually go ahead and prosecute the matter at the committee level without prejudicing whatever is happening in court, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in light of that, I'm also just wondering then, why is this issue of Nyamira County being dealt with as if we do not have the powers as a Senate, as the upper house in charge of devolution, to step in and put in really strict measures, including writing to Treasury to withhold all the monies that are being sent to Nyamira County, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, as I stand to add my voice on this, I also wanted to notify this House, and it is unfortunate that most of the time when we are discussing devolution matters, Mr. Speaker, there are barely enough chairs who are present. And you know, Mr. Speaker, if I could get your attention on this, because I know you also sit in the Senate Business Committee, maybe Senator Senior Justice Mazayo would allow you to pay attention to my points, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to make an appeal to this House that when the liaison committee is actually deliberating on how we are going to spend resources, sincerely speaking, there are some committees that require enough resources to execute the matters that are happening. And devolution is one of those committees. I am glad that despite the back and forth that is going on in the House, the chair of devolution has decided to remain level-headed and to execute his mandate with regards to the issues of Nyamira County and all other counties that they are facing, Mr. Speaker. And I want to also say that, you know, today we sit in this House as senators, and we are here deliberating on how we are protecting devolution and all these issues that are coming up in the county assemblies, Mr. Speaker. But I want to say that some of us have ambitions, Mr. Speaker. Some of us have ambitions to vie for seats as high as gubernatorial seats, Mr. Speaker. So even as we are here in a learning curve of what is happening in the county assemblies, again, I am reminded time and time again that we should legislate understanding that we are not going to be in Senate forever. Some of us, we are going to leave this House and we are going to go to the county assemblies as governors. Mr. Speaker, you can see there are some governors sitting in this House like Governor Mandago.
Senator Gloria.
Yes.
Would you like to be informed by Senator Omtata?
Mr. Speaker, I want to respectfully decline. Because, you know, Mr. Speaker, Senator Omtata informed me and guided me in a way, and then I found myself reading prescribed apologies in this House. So I would like to respectfully decline. Mr. Speaker, one thing that I want to say.
What is your point of order, Senator Omtata?
Could Senator Gloria just substantiate her claim that I misled? I stand on standing order number 105. I would like to know, I would like her to substantiate the fact that she claims I misled her to a point where she fried in her own fat. Can she come substantiate that?
Senator Gloria, are you in a position to substantiate the matter you have brought
Before
to this
I
House
respond to that,
Senator Omtata misled you?
Before I respond to that, Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether you have observed something.
I have observed it.
Have you observed it? Because, you know, we had Senator Cherargei just minutes ago on the floor of the House saying how women leaders must be mentored, send them to elderly men to talk to them, all sorts of things of casting aspersion. And I just heard Senator Omtata. You know, I'm short of thinking that he's a senior counsel. With all his age, Mr. Speaker, all those years of experience, whether outside Parliament, I've heard him speak in a language that I cannot even imagine that is a person that is advising the youth out here, Mr. Speaker, so that we don't have this house appear as a patriarchal house, Mr. Speaker. Kindly, could you give a ruling on that? Because that's unparliamentary language that he has used.
Yeah, Senator Gloria, I hope you're referring to what I heard Senator Mutata say.
Yes, I don't want to...
Are we on the same page?
I cannot even, I'm recently now a mother of 2 boys. I cannot even say those words, Mr. Speaker.
I don't, Senator Gloria.
I think he should.
Senator Gloria, if we are referring to the statement by Senator Mutata referring to you having found yourself frying in your own fat, was that your statement? I think that's an idiom, a figure of speech.
So, Mr. Speaker,
yes.
With all due respect and with respect to the chair and this house, why are there double standards when women in this house put out idioms, me being one of them? Just yesterday I put out an idiom here, or a metaphor. I'm sure you heard me saying mpango wa kando. And I was directed very quickly.
Senator Gloria.
I was directed very quickly to withdraw because it's unparliamentary.
Gloria,
today, Omtato is being
us,
told that these are idioms and
Senator
metaphors.
Senator Gloria, let us understand each other. Mpango ya mkando is not even in the dictionary. It cannot be a parliamentary language.
Mr. Speaker,
so
Mr. Speaker,
it's two different things.
Mr. Speaker, I don't want to go back and forth with my chair, and I respect that chair. However, it also depends on which dictionary you're referring to, Mr. Speaker. We are in 2025. There are various dictionaries. However, I will respond to Senator Omtata.
Senator Cherargei, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I rise under this, Article 27 on equality and freedom from discrimination. Did you hear Senator Orwoba, who professes to be fair and pro bono and discrimination, referring to the ageism of Senator Okiya Omtata, saying that with his age, he is discriminating Senator Okiya Omtata based on age? Is it in order to violate Article 27 of the Constitution of Kenya, where he is talking discrimination based on age? Yes. Mr. Speaker, is it in order, can she withdraw and apologize to the House for undermining the integrity of ageism and the wise men of this House, Mr. Speaker, including Senator? And remember, this is a presidential candidate. He is not a chairman of Nyumba Kumi, Mr. Speaker. And even the manhood of the Senate is being threatened.
Senator Gloria, your response.
Mr. Speaker, luckily, I am on a learning curve and I'm taking my standing orders very seriously. I want to refer the Honorable Senator Cherargei to Standing Order 105 on the responsibility for statement of fact, Mr. Speaker. Isn't it a fact that indeed Senator Omtata is my senior? And isn't it a fact that indeed he is not 10 years old or 3 years old, Mr. Speaker? In fact, maybe, Mr. Speaker, I am mistaken, but Senator Omtata is indeed, as you have said, a senior elder. Senator Cherargei has actually said that. So where is the discrimination? That is a statement of fact. Mr. Speaker, I also want to draw to your attention that Senator Cherargei stood at the floor of the House and told you and asked you that if you can bring the elders to advise the two ladies, the leaders who had an altercation here in Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I don't get it. I think I'm being digressed, and I wanted to finish. I want to finish my point of thought.
Can we go back to the point of order raised by Senator Omtata in terms of substantiating your claims?
Mr. Speaker, because I am wiser, and I want, if I have to substantiate at the floor of the House, I also have to give the context of the conversation. And I don't think that is a conversation that I want to bring to the floor of the House. So therefore, in light of that, I will withdraw and apologize to Senator Omtata because I do not want to let the public know on what Senator Omtata was advising me on. That would be, I would not be doing justice to this very prestigious House, Mr. Speaker. So I withdraw and apologize.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude on my points of devolution, Mr. Speaker. I was saying, as I conclude, that as we are deliberating at this floor, we need to remember that we are not here permanently. As I was saying, some of us have got ambitions, and some of us, beyond Senate, we are seeing ourselves as governors of various county assemblies, Mr. Speaker. And I was saying that we have a governor here, sitting in the House today, Senator Governor, Mr. Speaker, Senator Mandago. And I remember very well when he was a governor, there are some of the pieces of legislations and reports that he was really against that were coming from the floor of this House, Mr. Speaker. Now he's finding himself as a senator and very conflicted in some matters. And that's why I want to say, Mr. Speaker, going forward, as I support and I add my voice to this devolution committee, I'm also aware that for now I am speaking as a senator, but I am also speaking in light that in the very near future, I will be a governor and I would like to execute devolution and make sure that we are well represented in our county assemblies.
Senator Mandago, what is your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, this House being a House of record, I've had Senator Gloria say Senator Mandago sometimes is conflicted. For avoidance of doubt, because I don't even want her to substantiate, allow me to inform her that with the clarity of mind I have no conflict whatsoever. For my previous roles and my current roles, I know the distinction as day and night. Honorable Speaker. So I wish her well in her aspirations of becoming a governor, but she should take lessons from elders like me.
Senator Wafula, what is your point of order?
Thank you, asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa nafasi hii. Ningependa kwa heshima kwa hoja ya nidhamu jinsi nimeuliza. Si vyema na haki Senator mwenzangu Mheshimiwa Gloria kutoa hoja zisizoweza thibitishwa na kusema kwamba Mheshimiwa Mandago huwa na mawimbi ama mtafaruku wa msimamo na hawezi chukua msimamo kwa masuala fulani katika jumba hili. Ili hali amekosa kuthibitisha ama kufafanua ni wapi, vipi na lini Senator tajika governor aliyekuwa wa Uasin Gishu aweze kuelewa haya madai ama hoja ambazo haziwezi thibitishwa zinatoka wapi. Naomba Mheshimiwa Spika mshurutishe Senator mwenzangu kubainisha yale aliyosema ama ondoe hoja hizo kwa sababu ya heshima ya jumba la Senate. Asante.
Senator Wafula, Senator Mandago amemsamehea Senator Gloria na amesema hana haja ya Gloria kuthibitisha hiyo maneno na amefafanua jambo hilo lilosemwa na Senator Gloria. So wacha tuachie hapo na endelee na maneno yake. Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Speaker, for clarifying that we should not mourn more than the bereaved. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude by saying that as we protect devolution, we have to ensure that we are thinking of the future and not just our current positions, Mr. Speaker. And so on the matters that are going on in Isiolo, in Nyamira, and all other counties that have some challenges here and there, I want to urge my fellow senators to put in 100% understanding that we are all gubernatorial candidates at some point. And so we are not here to protect the interests of any office, but to protect the systems within devolution so that we can have sustainable frameworks on executing that everyone in the grassroots level is able to get the development that is owed to them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Senator Hedi Okech.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, we have a committee report here. And this committee report, my attention has been drawn to page 14, I think, of the report, page 13 and 14 of the report. And if you're on the tablet, you can perhaps go to page 21 of the tablet and page 22 of the tablet. And Essentially, this is on the issue of the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia, Honorable Philomena Kapkori, and other stakeholders who are involved, but of course, particularly being the governor. And Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Governor had reached out to IBEC, of course, through the Deputy President, which that letter was then copied to this House through the Speaker of this House. And the foundational claims that were put forward by the Deputy Governor of Trans Nzoia was that our life is under threat, serious threat, that when she was in the US, she came back and found out that there were a lot of targets on her personal life, and those threats were more explicitly also communicated through a staffer of the governor. And therefore, she was seeking for an intervention that could give her reprieve. Yet, in the observation of the committee, Mr. Speaker, the first observation of the committee is that there was a simmering rift between the governor and the deputy governor, even though both of them did not indicate explicitly so that they have a major conflict between them. The second observation that the committee made, insofar as the report is concerned, because I want to confine myself within the data of the report, is that the work of the deputy governor had significantly been impacted by the communication breakdown between her and the governor. So there's an issue of communication breakdown. The governor and the deputy are saying they don't have dispute between the two of them, but the committee is observing that there is a serious communication breakdown between the two. This is the deputy who constitutionally is supposed to assist the governor in executing his mandate or a mandate, but yet they are not communicating. So it behooves me to conclude that in that lack of communication, whether deliberate or otherwise, indicate there is a conflict. The third observation, Mr. Speaker, is that there is an ongoing rift between the governor and the deputy, that the ongoing rift between the governor and the deputy is fueling ethnic animosities among the communities in Trans Nzoia County. Mr. Speaker, this is not a light observation. We're in a country that we have seen political mobilization along ethnical lines bringing this county down. We have observed in 2007, when there was political tension on a rigged election, or rather claimed rigged election, Mr. Speaker, leading to tribal clashes the magnitude of those clashes we still remember up to today, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think it will interest you to know that the governor of Trans Nzoia, Governor Natembeya, comes from the Luhya community. And the deputy governor, Philomena, comes from the Kalenjin community. And in Trans Nzoia, Mr. Speaker, the Kalenjin community and the Luhya community are quite sizable as communities. So if this conflict is bringing some tribal animosities that the committee of this House has observed, I don't think you can waste this House time not discussing the depth of that problem. Observation number 4, Mr. Speaker, is that the National Cohesion and Integration Commission started an investigation on this matter, but never concluded, so that the committee could be able to give us the input of the National Integration Commission, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, you've heard me complain here a number of times that National Cohesion and Integration Commission, among other independent commissions that are supposed to do oversight role or execute in terms of dealing with issues that dealing with issues such as corruption, like EACC is supposed to deal with, they never get anywhere with these issues. And what that observation tells you, Mr. Speaker, from the committee, is that it is this House that then must conclude the problem that we are seeing in Trans Nzoia. We cannot leave it to the National Cohesion and Integration Commission or otherwise any other external commission hoping that they will address the issue. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, in the observation, the committee observed that the governor of Trans Nzoia was very much willing to have the working relationship with the deputy governor restored. That's a contradiction, Mr. Speaker. The same governor who said there is no dispute between the two of them is now saying he wishes that the relationship is restored. And even going further to state that the issues impacting their relationships could be solved amicably to have them run the county smoothly. Mr. Speaker, what I'm observing here is very simple. That observation tells us that we as a country are constantly going to face an imminent challenge of deputy governors and governors never going to find a working formula. And we have complained in this House, Mr. Speaker, when we observe that the deputy governor and governor positions are sometimes about who controls what numbers and not necessarily who can work with the other. In some instances, we have seen a good working relationship, but it's becoming more and more obvious and more clearer to us that there is constant conflict between deputy governors and the governors that is making counties constantly untenable. And Mr. Speaker, this thing is problematic because there is instances where a governor would spend more resources than his deputy governor or a deputy governor, and because of this kind of conflict, it becomes an avenue of even some governors being impeached so that their deputies can take over. We are lucky that we have got two governors in this House who are governors who are foundational to devolution, who did not experience this. They manage their relationship very well. We can learn, we can glean some moral from them. That is Governor Mandago and Governor Senator Ali Roba. They did quite well in terms of how to manage their deputies. But also in this House, we have observed a number of impeachments that has been pushed towards us. Some did not succeed, but some succeeded. We just know that in Meru recently, one of the G7 members, which is something we should have celebrated, a woman governor got ousted because of tensions that even during her time in this House, in the 3 impeachment motions that she was here in, she did indicate to this House that one of the reasons why she was facing a lot of problems in her county of Meru was because of a constrained relationship, more generally with chauvinistic male leaders in her county, but in particularly also she had a problem with her own deputy. It's a matter of record. We also saw in Siaya County that when the deputy governor of Siaya appeared in this House over an impeachment issue, there was a serious problem between the deputy governor and the governor. And Mr. Speaker, these problems do not just come from nowhere. They come from, one, lack of clear responsibility of what a deputy governor should do. While the Constitution gives us a blanket guidance that they're supposed to assist the governor in dealing with their roles, Mr. Speaker, when you are assisting, you need resources.
Senator Wafula, what is your point of order?
Speaker, a statement of clarity from Honorable Eddie. Is it in order, Honorable Speaker, for Senator Eddie to, on his feet, to allege that the leaders, the men from Meru, are chauvinists? Does it mean that the MCAs who came to this floor of the House and did what they did to be chauvinists? Is it in order? Can he substantiate that the men from Meru are chauvinists?
Senator Eddie. Senator, would you like to be informed by Senator Gloria?
Mr. Speaker, I take information in doses. Can I deal with the first information I've gotten from Senator Wafula?
The first one was a point of order.
Yes, but it's still information.
This one is point of information.
Mr. Speaker, I'm never mean with my time. I'm always a learner, a student. I can learn from everyone. So I'll allow her to inform me.
Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Senator Eddie Oketch. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to inform Senator Eddie Oketch and perhaps also Senator Wafula that we were here in plenary when we were showcased all the videos of everything that happened in Meru County. We even had the witnesses, some of them who were legislators, come here. And some of us who were very present in that live proceeding, the information is in the Hansard to substantiate that, in fact, there was a lot of patriarchy.
Senator Mandago,
I am on a point of information. How can you stand on a point of order on a point of information?
Gloria, take your seat. Senator Mandago, what's your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, I stand on Standing Order 101, Contents of Speech, 101(2). It shall be out of order to introduce an argument on any specific question upon which the Senate has taken a decision during the same session. Honorable Speaker, we took a decision as a Senate to impeach the governor for Meru. It was not about male chauvinism. It was about the proceedings of this House. And the women leaders in this Senate and this country, like Senator Gloria, should learn not to feminize everything about the debates in this House, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Gloria.
Mr. Speaker, I happen to have gone to a very prestigious school, and they taught me to read well, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you read that 101, 101 I went to St. George's Girls, State House Primary and St. George's Girls Secondary School. Mr. Speaker, it reads, it shall be out of order to introduce an argument on any specific question upon which the Senate has taken a decision during the same session. Mr. Speaker, I believe the governor of Meru was impeached long ago. And I am informing Senator Eddie Oketch that during that impeachment motion, we witnessed here, by way of videos, by way of statements, and even witnesses who came here who are very, very, very patriarchal, Mr. Speaker. So it is in fact in order. What Senator Eddie Oketch is saying has been substantiated in the Hansard, and I actually was informing Senator Eddie Oketch that he can rely on the Hansard of the impeachment motion of Governor Kawira Mwangaza, because most of the things in the first and second, and even the third impeachment motion, did not allude to the fact, but substantiated the fact that most of the leaders that were participated in the impeachment motion of Governor Kawira, the first woman governor who actually vied on an independent ticket against 3 very heavyweight men with a lot of resources and won, all of her battles were based on the fact that the men in those spaces did not believe that she triumphed and she won them in an election.
Senator Wafula, you can't stand on a point of order twice on the same issue. Senator Eddie Oketch, I hope you feel informed by Senator Gloria, but despite that, there was a point of order raised by Senator Wafula. If you could please respond to that.
Mr. Speaker, it's very easy to be in this house and play politics, but the country also must be governed. And the opportunity for leadership is a noble one, usually taken as a privilege by many, but it's never a privilege to some of us. It's a duty and a responsibility for which we commit very seriously. I wish not to respond to Senator Wafula. Mr. Speaker,
Senator Eddie, what was your last statement?
I wish not to respond to Senator Wafula.
No. It is not your wish whether you will respond to Senator Wafula or not. Senator Wafula stood on a point of order. You happened to mention that certain leaders from county government of Meru are chauvinist. Can you substantiate that statement?
Mr. Speaker, I hope that you will also keep my time focused, because I wanted to address the issue.
We have stopped your time.
I'm going to, because sometimes, Mr. Speaker, if I go with the point of order that we have in this house, Standing order number 122, there is something called frivolous point of orders that can take you out of debate. That's why we have got those point of orders, Mr. Speaker. But I'm going to respond because you have guided me. But I hope that you will still allow me to prosecute on this matter. I think it's a very serious matter, the issue of what's happening in Trans Nzoia. Mr. Speaker, the governor of Meru, the former governor of Meru, appeared in this house 3 times. Not once, 3 times. The first time that the governor of Meru appeared in this house, the house chose to take her to a committee to prosecute on the issue of impeachment. There is report that we filed in this house. I was a member of the committee that gave a reprieve on the basis that there was chauvinistic element in that report. You can go to that report and read. And the reason why I did not want to go that direction is because if you are senator in this house and you have come up with a report and you haven't read that report, then I don't need to respond to you because you're not doing your job. Number 2, when she was brought here for the second time, Mr. Speaker, the same chauvinistic videos, conversations appeared in this house, Mr. Speaker. We as a house sat on the same case and we excused Governor Kawira on the basis of those conversations. There were lawyers in this house, there were witnesses in this house, everybody participated. If the senator of Bungoma wasn't keen enough in those proceedings that ended up excusing Governor Kawira on that basis, I can only help him by telling him to go and read those reports.
Senator,
and lastly, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddy.
Yes.
So that I can allow you to proceed with your submissions.
Sure, Mr. Speaker.
As chair, I do think that Senator of Bungoma, the distinguished senator for Bungoma, has a point of order, and you are indeed out of order to imply that the senator of the governor of Meru was impeached because she was brought here by chauvinistic leaders from Meru. That is not the reason why the Senate impeached the governor of Meru. So you are out of order. If you could please apologize and withdraw that statement and then continue with your submission.
Mr. Speaker.
See, Senator Eddy.
Mr. Speaker.
If you stick to Standing Order 120 in terms of relevance in your submission to the motion at hand, you will not be attracting this number of point of orders. So please just withdraw your statement and proceed with your submissions.
It will be unfair to subject me to a ruling that is not fair to the House. I quoted when supporting this statement that a governor appeared in this house, and I've told you 3 times, she appeared in this house and claimed that one of the reasons why she's having a problem, I've just referred to it.
That was her defense, Senator.
Yes, exactly.
That was her defense.
But it's a matter of fact. It's a matter of fact.
Senator Eddy.
Yes.
Was she impeached because of chauvinism in Meru County?
It was part of
Is that why you impeached her? Senator Eddy, we could go back and check your vote.
Mr. Speaker,
we can go back and check your vote and see if you voted to impeach her on those grounds.
Mr.
So
Speaker,
let us get back to the motion at hand, apologize, withdraw, and proceed with your submissions.
Mr. Speaker, I can't apologize
for
on a matter that I'm convicted about.
For calling the people of Meru chauvinist.
Mr. Speaker, I did not call the people of Meru chauvinist.
The leaders.
Mr. Speaker, I did not call the people of Meru chauvinist. Mr. Speaker, we are now debating. I would rather sit down and stop debating with you because I respect your chair, Mr. Speaker.
So please, if you have respect for the chair,
yes,
withdraw that statement
Mr.
and
Speaker,
proceed with your submission.
I can't withdraw the statement because, Mr. Speaker, I am saying very clearly that the governor in question, the governor of Meru, did not appear in this house once. She appeared in this house 3 times. I was a member of those committees the entire time. Okay? Yeah, and our claims of why she appeared in this house, whether she was not impeached because of them or she was impeached, are just as important as the claims of the MCA who brought her here. Okay? And if she claimed that the men of Meru are chauvinist, it's a matter of statement that's in the House, Mr. Speaker. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Senator Eddie.
Yes.
You keep repeating that you respect the chair. So, exactly. You have made a statement here referring to certain leaders from Meru County as chauvinist. And I have mentioned to you that the governor of Meru, the impeached governor of Meru, used that as her defense.
Yes.
And at the time the Senate impeached the governor of Meru, were we aware of that matter or not? Was she impeached because the Senate was also chauvinist and impeached a lady governor? She was impeached because there were several other charges that were brought against her, and that's why she was impeached. So, Senator Eddie, just withdraw the statement and proceed with your submissions.
Mr. Speaker, I can't withdraw the statement because in an impeachment process, there is voting. That's how this House runs. In an impeachment process, there is voting, and I can assure you, Mr. Speaker, that if you go back to the answer, there are those people who voted against that impeachment, including myself, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddie.
So,
Senator
it's
Eddie.
a belief.
Senator Eddie.
Yes.
I will give you one last chance. And before that, take your standing orders. Go to standing order 122, which I'm almost being forced to find you with gross disorderly conduct. Defying a ruling or direction of the Speaker or chairperson of the committee. That is 1221A. Are you still standing by the fact that you're not going to withdraw that statement?
Mr. Speaker, I think that you can go back to the answered, and the answered will help you make a fair ruling. Okay? I referred, and I still, anything that happens in this House, Mr. Speaker, you can use it to reinforce a debate. Okay? The reason why we are having the governor of Trans Nzoia having a problem with the deputy is because deputies and their governors have problems all the time. I don't find myself out of order if I quote a governor who was brought before this House claiming the same problem, that they have a problem with their deputy, who she said was chauvinist against her at that time. This is not me saying, this is the governor saying in this House, in her evidence with this House. I don't find that out to be out of order, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, it's not only the issue of Governor Kawira, Mr. Speaker. There are a number of governors who have come to this House, including the governor of Siaya, who have referred to, because of the problem that we see with deputy governors and their governors that make their world of working very difficult, Mr. Speaker. What is the problem of me using an example, Mr. Speaker, of what has been brought in this House to show constraints between governors and their deputies?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to stand. Senator Eddie had started very well in his submission on this very serious matter of devolution, and he had taken a very good trajectory that leadership needs responsibility and it must be taken seriously. But, Honorable Speaker, that standing order 122, Senator Eddie is defying the ruling of the Speaker, the Chair, and wants to argue with the Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Senator Eddie said the Meru men are juvenists. Honorable Speaker, it was the submission of the governor of Meru, not some leaders, not some men leaders from Meru. So I think you are confusing matters here, Senator Eddie. If you said Governor Kawira alleged, would be in agreement. But to try and brand an entire community of Meru men to be chauvinist, when I know the senator for Meru being a very serious supporter of women leaders in this country, Honorable Speaker, when I know the men in this Senate and in this Parliament support women leadership, this House has never been biased when it comes to impeachment, Honorable Speaker. This very House, Honorable Speaker, impeached the Deputy Governor for Kisii, who is a man, without mercy, because he failed in his roles. Therefore, the
Senator Gloria,
is grossly...
You are getting very close to catching my eye, and I will throw you out of the House. Let the Senator speak in silence.
Yes.
Let him be heard in silence.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And especially if you are aspiring to be a governor, and the governor who has served 2 terms is on his feet.
Senator Gloria.
Gloria must learn to listen. Finally, let me say this, Honorable Speaker, so that I sit. You know, they say, and I've always heard, that the enemy